How do you know for sure what you're eating or even drinking is safe? Now, the simple answer to that is your trust in this little number given out by FDA of your country. I'm Patrawut from Zenostic. At Zenostic, our aim is to simplify diagnostic for every lab use. And our mission is to provide innovative products and services for improving lab operation. Now, before we go on, just now I was mentioning about the FDA of your country. Now I would like you to have a look at this production chain of food industry. And please think, where is the testing for FDA approval is done throughout the chain? Now, you'd be right if you're thinking that the testing has to be done at the very end of the chain, only that is not all. You see, because contamination can happen on any of the process, and nobody wants to suffer from the cost of others. Every suppliers demand their supplier to provide the test results before delivering to them. Now, the problem with this is the testing methods, which takes 3 to 5 days. I'm not sure about abroad, but in Thailand, we're using this method known as culture. And what we do with this method is we grow the samples in different plates, and we give in each plate, we use different types of food for different types of bacteria. And in case you're not familiar with the dish here, just please have a look at the plates on the table. Yes, exactly. So to reduce the pain here, we propose you with the technology DNA chip. Sorry, yeah, the one on the right. Yes. So with our microcheck technology, we can provide you faster. By faster, we meant approximately 25 times, from 3 to 5 days down to only 3 hours. We require less technician in the lab. Our price is comparatively equivalent to the traditional method. And our technology diagnose directly through their DNA, so we have less errors. Also, on each dish, we can diagnose only one type of bacteria for one sample only. However, with our technology, microarray technology, we can diagnose not only one type, not only multiple types of bacteria, but with multiple samples as well. Let us go through a little bit of how it works. So first we have to do a process called sample preparation, and we have to extract the DNA out of the sample and set up the reagent, run them in a machine, PCR machine, and lastly we incubate and read them through the reader. The whole process takes about 3 hours. Why we think this is a good opportunity for us is because market of food industry is rising rapidly. And the reason to that is because we are trading food globally, and also because governments are becoming more stringent with the testing results. And as you can see on this right-hand side from marketsandmarkets.com, the market in Southeast Asia is the one that's rising most rapidly, and Thailand is one of the leading food exporter. So as you can see, only 10% of our target market is estimated to be 90 million, and we estimated to make this process within 5 years. In terms of our competition, though we're not, let me be honest, that our technology may not be the only one that is fast. There are others that are fast as we are, but they are really expensive and not very compatible with Southeast Asia's countries. Our technology is not only fast, but we provide them at a competitive price. Our business model is we sell their testing kit to their servicing laboratories, and these servicing laboratories will test for the food manufacturers further. Our partners are Mahidol, and we have two of their testing labs that are helping us to validate our technology, ALS and Intertech. Here's our team. We have Kawin as a CEO sitting at the back, and this is me. The other two cannot come today. And our advisory boards are Ajahn Termsak and Ajahn Pitak. Thank you very much.
About your partners, can you tell me what you're partnering with them for? You have a whole slide about your partnerships.
Okay, yeah. So the three of our partners from the top one are our university. We get the technology from them, and yeah, the below two ALS and Intertech are the servicing laboratory that are helping us to validate our technology, and Sprint help us with the searching for investors.
Okay, so these are all research partners, with the exception of Sprint. Do you have any partnerships about distribution?
Distribution, yes, but he doesn't want us to include in the slides yet. Yeah, but he's helping us, like, I mean, not. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want us to show his name. Yeah.
May I ask? I assume that the testing, and if at the end you have to put some number on some product.
Yes.
It has to be sort of FDA type qualified. So I assume that the two partners that are the tester are the one who be putting their name on use your product to test the
Yes.
the food, right?
Yes.
Therefore, you're expecting to sell to those guys.
Yes.
So they'll be, but they're the one who have to
verify
that get approval by FDA that
Yes.
that it's
Exactly.
good enough.
Yes.
So have they certified for you yet, or how far is it from being able to use in, let's say, Thailand or whatever?
Yeah. So as I said just now, we are in the process of validating with them. So they also are really, they also want to know if our technology really is 100% replaceable for the old technology that they are using. But we are definitely faster, but they want to know our accuracy.
And when would you know that, or how accuracy have you measured?
So far,
or who
they said they want to
measure?
test about 3,000 samples. So far, they have done with us about 300, more than 300 already.
So if they test 3,000, the outcome of that would be enough to
validate for yes, we are aiming for ISO and AOAC. So once we get that, yes, the standard will help us to sell.
Just wondering about two things for the technology. The microarray required a very expensive machine.
Yes.
Right. So what is the customer bought from you? Is the chip only?
Yes.
But how can they know whether their food samples or their food products has or has no microorganisms?
Can you repeat that?
When
again?
they
Sorry.
get the chip from you,
Yes.
and then they tested it, how can they know if they don't have the machine? So do they have to buy the machine?
Most of the lab service that we have talked with so far, they already have this
Microarray?
Yeah, the
Food
reader.
company have the microarray?
No, the test labs.
So
lab.
who is your end customer? the food company or the testing services lab?
Testing services labs.
So you aim to sell the technology to test and service lab
Yes.
to run the test for the food company that will submit the sample to these testing centers?
Yes.
So my next question is,
Yes.
usually when you test the DNA, you cannot distinguish whether your culture is alive or dead. In food,
Yes.
we don't care about already dead microorganisms because that means the heat kills them already. But we want to be sure that there are no live or viable microbes in the products.
Yes.
So when you test with your DNA microarray, what you see is that a huge DNA loads of sample that will not pass the standard. How can you validate that the product is safe to be consumed?
Well, thank you very much for your question, first of all. We came up with that wall first a few months ago. So we consulted with our advisory board and we were recommended to use one of the chemicals to sort of speed up the, I'm sorry, I'm not the technical person, but it sort of speed up the growth of bacteria and we use the second process. We just add one more to the process in order to get a real live bacteria for testing.
I have another question. So you're launching in Thailand?
Yes, first.
How many customers do you have in Thailand? So, which is to say, how many laboratories would potentially buy your product?
We are aiming at for first year about 10 labs.
How many labs are there?
We did so. The major ones are about not more than 20, but
20.
there are small labs which we will not be targeting in the first.
So you have
2
20
years.
potential customers.
Yes.
So what happens if none of them want your product?
We plan to go abroad as well, and also our technology is just a platform, and also we have we can change our market because we can test DNAs. So we can test not only in food but in medical as well. Or right now, latest the cosmetic producer contacted us and requested for this kind of testing.
How many people is your team?
5 core members, and we have 2 employees.
Do you have enough people to chase after 2 markets at the same time?
No, so that's why we are aiming only for food. But just now I was talking about the potentials, and if in case food does not work. But so far as we have already validated our customers. So far that we talked to these 2 customers, and we talked to other customers, but not in terms of validating for ISO. But they said they need this kind of technology.
I have a question about your technical follow-on question. You said that this process takes about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, but you also mentioned that you have to grow something so you can make sure it's live. Is that still part of the 3.5 hours? That's
So actually, the first we used to have it's the half hour that was added later. That's why I mentioned only 3 hours, but the half hour was for that one.
That says DNA extraction, not waiting for something to grow.
So I didn't add it to the slide.
I have a question on how much does it cost you to produce that chip? And then how much are you planning on selling it for?
For one chip, it's approximately 100 to 200 bahts. However, we are charging per sample, per type. Yes.
And can you run multiple samples?
Yes.
Okay.